Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the different methodologies within Six Sigma. Yes, as you might be aware of, Six Sigma in itself is a methodology, but within Six Sigma, there are multiple variations. And to name few, DMAIC, DMEDI, DMAD, and there are something more to it. So in this video, I'm going to touch base on the different methodologies within Six Sigma, and conceptually, depending on the nature of the project, what you have on hand, which methodology is going to be a better suit so that you can utilize it and then get a better solution done. Okay, so this is the crux of it. So let's get it started. So before we move forward, I also want to set the stage clear. What is Six Sigma? So Six Sigma is a data-driven methodology um, for improving processes, and Six Sigma does it in two ways. One, it is going to reduce the defects, and it is also going to reduce the variation. So conceptually, this is what Six Sigma does, and thereby it can achieve a near perfect quality, which is called typically a Six Sigma, which is 3.4 defects per million opportunities. In case if you're not still clear about this, what is this 3.4 defects per million opportunities? Don't worry about it. Just a continuation to this video, I am making a dedicated video on DPMO and arriving at the Six Sigma level. But for this video, the content is going to be on discussing on the different Six Sigma methodologies. Okay, so let's move ahead. So first, what I'm going to show you is the different Six Sigma methodologies what are available, and then from there I will take one by one and explain it, and I'll give you some of the use cases. So the first one we have, the most commonly learned and used is DMAIC, and DMAIC is nothing but define, measure, analyze, improve, control. And as the name implies, you are defining a problem, you are measuring that problem, you are analyzing and arriving at the root cause, and then you are improving, basically fixing that root cause, and then you are putting up a improved process and controlling it. And by nature of it, DMAIC is applied only on existing processes. That means there is a process which is already functioning, and you are taking it from one state to the another. Keep in mind, a very powerful technique, and at any point of the process maturity, we can never say that, hey, you know what, my process is now really matured, and this is the brim of it. We can never say like that, because there may be some inherent improvements which can be made. Second, the expectations of customers keep changing, the market conditions keep changing, the industry landscape keeps changing. Thereby, we have to evolve to be competitive in the market. That's why most of the projects driven in Six Sigma comes under DMAIC, because it is a improvement on your current state. Second one we have is DMAD, which is define, measure, analyze. It's the same, but then you are going to design and verify it. DMAD is used for designing a new product or a new service. Okay, keep that at that level, and in the next slide I will be calling out the comparison between each of this again. Now, DMEDI, the third one. Here it is define, measure, explore, develop, implement. Here as well, as you can see, you are getting a flavor of design. So there is going to be a lot of similarities between DMAD and DMEDI, but I'll tell you one contrasting difference. DMEDI tools are kept in such a way it applies to a process. DMAD, in contrast to it, what I said, yes, it is also something you are designing new, but it is applied on a new product or a new service. But DMEDI is applied specific on a process. So you are building a new process. The third, what we have is IDOV, which is identify, design, optimize, and verify. It is also a form of a design, and all these design methodologies that the principally it is called as DFSS, designed for Six Sigma, and these are all variations within that. So IDOV it's also a design, but it is pretty much an engineering focused designing methodology, again within the umbrella of Six Sigma. The last one we have is DCCDI, which is nothing but define, customer, concept, design, and implement. This is also a design oriented methodology, but this is focusing on the, and so DCCDI is also a kind of a DMAT because it is going to design a new service driven process, but it is going to be focused towards the customer experience. Okay, with that preview, let's move ahead and look at the comparison table. So I'm going to take you in an order of each methodology, what are all the steps involved, purpose, and what are all the use cases. Let's go one by one. First one, DMAIC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, control. Improve an existing process by finding and fixing the root causes, as I've told you before. Examples, manufacturing line with higher defect rate, we are going to reduce it. Or a service example could be a call center which has a longer wait time, you want to improve that process. These nature of products comes under DMAIC. Second one, DMAD. As I told you, design for Six Sigma. Define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. Specifically, the purpose is designing new products or services that meet the customer requirement. So this is typically like a new product launch. There is a new smartphone launch. There is a new car model launch. All of this comes under DMAD. The third one we have is DMEDI, define, measure, explore, develop, and implement. The only difference from DMAD is you are going to either design or redesign a process with customer focus. Okay, so redesigning an order tracking system, a new HR onboarding workflow, right? A new fulfillment workflow for the warehouse. All of these would come under the DMEDI. Fourth one, IDOV, identify, design, optimize, verify. This is an engineering focused design for Six Sigma. So that means it's going to look at some aerospace design, medical device development. So these are all pretty much engineering focused, but use the principles of DFSS. But these tools which are part of IDOV will be aligned with the engineering focus change what you are bringing in as a new design. Okay, and the last one we have is DCCDA. As I've told you, it is define, customer, concept, design, and implement. It is customer driven DFSS roadmap, and it is service oriented. So as you can see here, moment I say service oriented, it's something similar to DMAT, but the only change here is it is customer driven. So designing a new banking service or insurance claim process. So these processes are it's a new process. Number one, so it comes under DMAT, but it is specifically focused on customers. So that means the tools required are very, very different. Things like customer journey maps and everything will come under this. So this is DCCDI, specifically focused on customer driven DFSS roadmap. Okay, so these are all the 5 what we have seen. These are all the key ones. There are a few more additional ones. I'll call it out. Definitely it will be a good reference for you. There is something called PDMAIC. The only difference is you add one more stage before that, which is project, and then comes the DMAIC. So project, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. What this means is project scoping and prioritization. Think about a function within an organization. Part of one of the value stream transformation exercise, you identified a list of projects. Now, part of the first phase P, which is project, you scope the projects, you put in some return on investment, timeline metrics, and you come up with a way to prioritize and decide the list of projects you are doing, and then coming up with the final list of the Six Sigma projects which are going to go in. That is the phase we are calling that as a P, a project, and then it follows a DMAIC methodology. Okay, and the next one we have is Lean Six Sigma, which is nothing but the DMAIC flavor plus lean tools like Fiverr, Kaizen, value stream mapping, Kanban, all can be used. As you know, lean is focused on waste reduction, and Six Sigma is focused on reducing the variation and reducing the defects. And these two powerful tools comes together as a Lean Six Sigma methodology. If you're interested on any of this, please drop a note to me, and I would be glad to make a dedicated curriculum and session on that specific methodology for you. Okay, so for this session, that is a brief. I'm sure this would have given you a very good understanding of each of these different methodologies. You can use this table, print and keep this table to decide which methodology can be used for what nature of project, so that you can get the best out of this tool when you are driving that project. All the best to you, and that's it on the session. I'll see you on the next session. Thank you so much.